Hey everyone, Robert here, and I wanted to give you a tour of Messenger, or as a lot of people know it, Facebook Messenger. Now we're going to start from the very beginning with regard to how you find it. So if you haven't gotten an invitation already, or if you don't already know how, you would go into your App Store and just do a search and type in Messenger. And there you'll see it as is Messenger, or a lot of people call it Facebook Messenger. Go ahead and tap on the top one and you'll see it down here. Now I have already downloaded it and I already have Facebook on here. So it's going to look a little bit different once you tap it for the first time and open it. If you've never downloaded Facebook Messenger, but you have the Facebook app, you will already have the interface that looks like this. It's going to ask you to continue as whatever it is that you set up on your Facebook app. But if not, it's going to ask you to do your login. So I'm going to go ahead and continue as Robert Weimer. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that. And we're going to go ahead, and I'm not going to turn on notifications, and that's only for the sake of this tutorial. I don't want any messages popping up and interrupting things, but you can turn on notifications in your settings on your particular device. And it's also, let's see, text anyone in your phone. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And it'll ask you if you want to add your contacts. Go ahead and do that. And it'll ask you if you're it'll sync up your contacts that you already have on your phone. I'm not going to turn on notifications. Continue without notifications. It really wants you to do that. And that's the whole thing. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. It wore me down. Okay, there we are. So let's go ahead and go through the interface here. The interface is divided up into several groups. At the very, very top, you have up in the upper left-hand corner, if you tap on your logo, and your icon is going to look like your profile on Facebook. Everything syncs up on Facebook, as well as Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, you're going to have your contacts on there because Instagram is owned by Facebook. So if I tap on my little profile up in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see several things. You're going to see this funky little ring around my profile. Now this is basically a scan code. If I go ahead and tap on that, that's my code. But you can also go ahead and add add contacts by scanning other people's code. So if I were to go ahead and do that, and of course this is the first time it's going to want to access your camera, you want to allow that. If you have someone on Facebook that you have on like their computer, and they put up their code or their particular scan code, you can go ahead and put the little circle in here and it will instantly add them as a contact. And if you go ahead and you want to put this out on your profile, you can go back into My Code and tap on the little share button up in the upper right hand corner, and it will give you options of being able to share directly to Facebook if you so desire. You can do all that and set your friendship level. Otherwise, if you want it to go public and anyone can contact you, that's your choice. But if not, you can tap on that and you can just go to your friends or set it up however you want. But you can go ahead and do that, and then people can, with Messenger, if they want to add you as a contact, they can. Or you can go ahead and save the image to your library. Now let's go ahead and tap on cancel and get out of this. Now you're going to notice down there at below the Robert Weimer thing, you're going to see my ASMR doodles, my shelter stories. You're going to see these. Now these are pages if you have set up to be in administration. Now the top two basically are in the process of deletion, but let's say, and I've set up a Trenton, Missouri Lost and Found Critters. I could go ahead and get in here and message anyone through Messenger, anyone that has tried to contact me. But in any case, this works only if you are set up as an administrator or as a higher role on a particular page. Now, if we scroll down, you're going to see your username, to which you can go ahead and either share the link if you wanted to, and it goes through those options, or you can go ahead and edit your particular username. I'm not going to do any editing like that. You can confirm your number, and of course this is going to be pixelated out. Sorry, don't want to do that, but you can go ahead and edit that. Now you have all of these different options that are here. You have your notifications, which it just seemed to kind of hammer you with it, but you can choose a do not disturb. You can go ahead and tap that, and it gives you the option of being able to set up your do not disturb. I'm going to go ahead and set this up for an hour. Don't worry, the tutorial won't last that long. You can go ahead and notifications in Messenger. You can choose the sound or vibrate. If you want notifications, I would choose both of those. You have your story here. Who can see your story? And you can set it up as public, friends or contacts, and we'll get into the stories here in just a little bit. Like I said, we're kind of going from the top down, you know, showing you the interface of what's going down. You go through, and if you tap on people, you have what we already did. You can sync up your contacts. You can go through your particular Instagram account, and I'm not going to disconnect, but if you don't have it connected already, it will ask you if you want to connect your Instagram account, should you have one, to Facebook or to Messenger. You can also go through the process of inviting people. Now up at the very top, you'll notice these little grayed out or anonymous icons with purple. These are your contact syncs that already have this. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and scroll down, and these are basically the suggested friends. These are the ones that usually you have a smattering of contact with. Now the invite is basically for these people who do not have Messenger but still go through Facebook on their computer and contact through them. So you can invite any one of these people that you wanted to Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and go back. Now, photos, videos, and emoji. You can go ahead and choose to how you want to download your videos. You can choose Wi-Fi, and if you're on limited data, I would definitely suggest that, because videos can take up a lot of space. But you have the choice of being able to automatically downloads on or off or through Wi-Fi only. You can go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and save it to my camera roll. And the emoji options, if we go ahead and tap on that, you can choose your if there can be considered a race of emojis, but I'm just going to leave it as yellow. But you have that option of being able to choose that should you wish. Now your payments. This is the cool thing, and not a lot of people utilize this. You can send money to others on your contact who have set up their particular debit card on here. Or you can set it up to people who have established a PayPal account. It is secure. It is, and I have done this before. You are able to add a particular PIN number. I'm not going to get into that. I will, let you deal with that should you wish. You can also allow it to go through Touch ID if you have Touch ID on your particular phone. And you also have your Help Center and your Contact Us. But this only works if you have your card or PayPal account set up on your side, and if they have it set up on theirs. There are no fees, nothing like that, and it's secure. But of course, this depends on how comfortable you are in doing this type of thing. So definitely go at your own risk and your own comfort level. Okay, secret conversations, you can go ahead and set that up as an alternative. I'll let you explore that on your own. And your M settings, your messenger settings, you can go through and tap on suggestions, and you can see suggestions from M at the bottom of your message, and it'll show up in your conversations, such as adding, like if you add a particular phrase that M recognizes, that you want to set up a meeting or add to your contacts or add to your address or calendar, it will do that. And if you tap on Learn More, it will give you these options and kind of show you what I basically talked about. But it'll go through this. And then you can go ahead and you can go through and add an account should you want to by tapping on the switch account. You can report a problem, go through the help or the privacy and terms. And gosh, folks, this is just in tapping your profile icon in the upper left hand corner. This is, and a lot of people call this the Swiss Army knife of apps. You can do so much stuff that's here. So let's go ahead and you can go through and search through your contacts. And I'm tapping on the search bar and you can search through people that you want to find. Now, if you tap on the upper right hand corner, you may recognize this icon. This sets up a new message and you have to choose your particular person that you want to send it to. And let's go ahead and just choose this person just to show you what it's going to look like. You'll see that it is here, and evidently this person, let's see, it's from my phone contacts. More than likely he may not be a friend of mine, or he may not have Messenger, but it's going ahead and you can say hi or whatever, or you can send a quick message. But in any case, that's like a quick message type of thing if you just want to get into it and message. Going below the very, very tippity top, you're going to see the messages that you have already sent out. Now, if I scroll through here, these are all of the people that I have sent messages to, and I've chosen to archive each one of these. So if I wanted to go into, and let's take a look at, tap on my wife, so you can see all of the conversations that have been here for this particular contact. It also, if you tap on the archive, it shows you all of the different archives that you have. You can go ahead and set up groups. Groups are basically people that you have, and it'll keep a record of all the people that you have messaged, you know, like a couple or 3 or 5 or 10 different people at once. It'll archive these things, or you can tap on Create Group and you can add different people to a group. And this is good, like if you have let's say you're doing like a softball or baseball, or since it's winter, a hockey team, and you have them all on Messenger and you want to blast out a conversation to all these things, you can set up a group. Now, if you go ahead and off to the very far right here, you have calls. Now, you can call and do face messaging on all of these people, and you can set up group calling. That type of thing that's going on here. And if you go ahead and you tap on, let's say, we're going to go ahead and tap on one of these. It'll ask you if you want to access your microphone, and of course you want to. And let's go ahead and get out of that. Or you can choose to FaceTime with these people. And of course this person may not want to, or may have things set up. But in any case, what will happen though, if you do this and you are able to call or do FaceTime and the other person doesn't pick up, within notifications, they will see that they have missed a call from you or FaceTime with you. I have had that happen with a couple of people, but in any case, that is the option that is there. Now, below this, you're going to see all of these different round within round icons that are here. And these are our stories. So if you've been on the Facebook app, Snapchat app, Instagram app, we are getting into stories. And these are things that are able to house different messages and stuff. So if I tap on a story, I'm able to see what this person has set up in a post, and it's kind of cool. It will go away after 24 hours, and you can choose to send a message that will go up in the stories, and of course whenever you're done you are able to scroll right on to the next one. Of course you have the option to, and I got into this by tapping into the 3 little dots in the upper right hand corner. You can choose to report or mute Patty's story, or you can cancel. And let's go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to swipe up and go back in, and all of these are different stories that you have. So let's get into and we've already gotten into the different conversations. These are the conversations that I went ahead and did. If you tap on the main part of your phone, let's say the middle part of your phone, and you swipe to the left, it will swipe through each one of these things. And we can go ahead, and I'm swiping on the Sherry Hueyman. I want to go ahead and swipe to the left. We're going to go ahead and delete, but if you wanted to go into more detail, you can see that. And I'm going to go ahead and swipe left and delete call details, archive. I'm going to go ahead and delete call details. Now I'm going to go ahead and swipe to the right. This is what I'm doing right now, and getting back to this. Now, you're going to notice down at the very bottom, you're going to see the home button. You're going to see the people, which has the little 1 beside it. You are going to see a center button, which gets you into the different filters that you can utilize. You're going to see the games button off to the right of that center circle, and you are going to see the discover button, which allows you to get into the different apps. You can utilize different apps within Messenger that's here. But let's go ahead and go back to the people. Now you can see a lot of things that are here. You have under the all, you'll see the all is tapped and highlighted, or you can take a look at your archive. You can see new Instagram contacts, and you can see who's there. It'll notify you of new Instagram contacts that are going on there. You can go ahead and take a look at your message requests. Now, if people are not your friends, but you've allowed your profile to be able to receive messages, you are able to get into that and see what people are wanting to do this. So let's take a look at Donna Davis, and you can choose, you can look at the message that Donna has set up. You can choose to accept or decline. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and get out of this and go back to people. And you have the option like I've shown before, and it's just like any other app, and any other application within Windows. You have 2 or 3 different ways of doing the exact same thing. So within the people area of this, you have the ability to be able to scan your code, and you should be able to recognize this portion of it. And you have the ability to be able to invite people. Again, it should look pretty familiar. So you have it under people. Now let's go ahead and go down at the very bottom. Let's tap this as it stands in the making of this video, because I'm making it on New Year's Eve. You're going to see it 2018. So what you have is the ability to be able to send pictures, video, and you're able to add stickers or write something, that type of thing. Let's go ahead and tap on that. Oh, I'm going a little bit too fast, folks. Let's back up here. Your interface you have in the upper left hand corner, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of this, try and get into a black spot here so you can see it a little bit better. You have in the upper left hand corner, should you not want to be here, you have the little X. If you tap on that, it'll get you out of it. Well, let's go ahead and get back into it. Up in the upper right hand corner, you have the little star that enables, that is automatic flash that is on there. You have flash that will be on all the time, and you have this disabling flash, but we're going to go ahead and leave it on automatic. Now to the right of that, you are going to have the little paint palette. Let's backtrack here before we get into the little paint palette. And what I've seen here up at the very top, to the left of the flash, you have the little moon icon. Now this is like day or night type of settings. So if right now we're in day settings, but if we wanted to tap on it and go into night settings, it's going to open the iris up of your camera for you to be able to get into that. Okay, so now that that's there, let's go into the paint palette. So if you tap on the little paint palette, you are able to do some different stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that and go hello. You can change the color of your text. And you have, if you swipe to the left or to the right, you're able to get different color palettes going on here. And go ahead and tap on return. How are you? Looks like you're able to have the text be the same color. So if I'm satisfied with this, I could go ahead and tap on the little right button at the very bottom, and I'm able to select a message. I can have this go to my camera roll. As you can see, you can have it go to your story, you can have it go to the camera roll, or you can have it go to all of these different people that you want. So let's backtrack here. Let's get out of this and let's go ahead and change this to something a little more, well, visible. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that, and let's go ahead and tap on the little squiggly line up at the very, very top right hand corner, and you are able to, I'm going to go ahead and tap on green, and you're able to draw on here should you choose. But along with this, you also have, because you have tapped on the little squiggle, you have all of these different options up at the very left hand corner. So like I said, folks, sometimes I think that they make it a little bit too much, because a lot of these things you're not able to see. And I'm tapping on, instead of the drawing, I'm tapping on the little emoji to the right of the pencil, and then to the right of that you have your eraser that I'm tapping on and getting rid of all of the drawings here. And then once you're there, you have the undo, the little swirly counterclockwise right. You can get rid of what you've done. But let's say that this is a masterpiece and I want to go ahead and keep it. You can go ahead and tap on the little check mark, and then it goes back to the way that it is. So to keep in mind, each one of these gives you different options, and you can WDY, you can go ahead and add a background to each one of these texts, and the background will change color as well. Go ahead and add purple and add the little check mark. And then I'm moving the text around with my finger. I'm just holding on to it and moving all of these things around. Really, it's going to be a thing of experimenting and seeing what you like. But with each one of these, you are able to change your background should you want. And I'm tapping on the paint palette to be able to get that going up in the upper right hand corner. You're able to have different options with regard to text. You're able to have different options with regard to drawing tools. And it's just a neat little thing. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get out of this. Wow, folks, that was with just touching the paint palette of this. Okay, so moving on. Now I'm going to flip this around here, and you see in the bottom right hand corner the little switch around, and we should all recognize this if we have cameras that are on here. But I wanted to switch this around, not so that you can see my handsome bald head, but I wanted to show you what the filters are going to look like. So down below my double chin, you are going to see filters. And again, on Instagram, you've seen this. On Snapchat, you've seen this. And on Facebook, if you go ahead and do the photo option, you've seen this. I'm going to go ahead and swipe and show you what is there. And sometimes it'll take a while. And you can choose to do this. Let's say I wanted to go ahead and take a picture. The very center button where that filter is, you can go ahead and tap on that and it'll take a snapshot. Okay, so that's there. You can leave all of that stuff up there if you wanted to. Now, you can, up in the upper left hand corner, and it's going to be a little hard to see, you have the option of being able to delete this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete, and I want to discard changes. Yes, I do. and you have the option of being able to add drawings or stickers to this. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I've already set this up in my options, I want to be able to save this. You can save each one of these filter, snapshot, or movies, and we'll get into that in just a second. You can save these to your camera roll. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the lower left hand corner of save, and it's saved to my camera roll. Okay, now should I want to, I could go ahead and tap on the little right circle arrow to the bottom right and decide to send that to whomever I want. Okay, so let's go ahead and up in the upper left hand corner, we're going to tap on that right arrow that takes us back, and you'll see that I am live. Now I can swipe through my filters right now if you wanted to. That's kind of scary. But in any case, you can tap on any one of these filters and you can set up a little message here. Now, if you wanted to do a video message to somebody, you know, let's say you're doing a Happy New Year, let's find something a little more interesting. And just as an FYI, the filters do change from time to time. Oh wow, that's okay. Let's go ahead and so on where the cat is, where your particular filter is, you're going to want to tap and hold to be able to do video. So let's go ahead and do this. Hey, New Year cat wants to wish you a Happy New Year. Meow. Okay, and the sound will play. But more than likely right now, because we're doing a screencast, it's probably not going to. And of course you can save each one of these, or you can go ahead and do a crop. You'll notice the crop in the upper portion of your screen next to the emoji smiley. You can go ahead and choose to crop off the particular movie should you choose. You can add a sticker, and these are like live stickers. You can do that and move these around. I'm tapping on the little emoji, smiley up in the upper portion of it, and you can go ahead and add all these little stickers. You can also add text, and you can draw, and then you can either save it to your camera roll should you choose. And 1 second, let's go ahead and do that, and it is already saved. Okay, but I don't want to do this. I want to go ahead and discard all my changes. I want to go ahead and backtrack and do that. Now we're already back in here by clicking on the back arrow. Now I can go ahead and exit out of this should I choose to by clicking on the or tapping on the X in the upper left hand corner, or tapping on the X in the right below the little circular filter. Now here's the deal. You don't have to use the camera if you don't want to. You can have it access your camera roll and get into the different things or the different pictures that you might have taken, so you're able to send each one of these. Now I'm going to go ahead and tap on the little X in the upper left hand corner, and of course this wipes us out and gets us out of the little circle thing and gets us back into the main window. Okay, so now to the right of the circle at the very bottom, you're going to see games. Now these are games that you can download and that you can use. Usually if it's a two-person game, or if it's in the ability to be able to set up, you can invite people to play a game with you, and this is pretty cool. So I've already played recently. Let's go ahead and play solitaire, and it'll go through all of that as should you want. You have the ability to be able to up in the upper right hand corner, you can tap on share. You can send a messenger to someone, or you can send it on your Facebook. You can share it to your Facebook profile, but I want to go ahead and tap on that X and get out of this. But you have all of these different games. Now you can play, like I've got 8-ball pool set up. Now of course it'll take time to load depending upon your connection, but it'll load. And you have the ability to play 8-ball or 9-ball, and you can play with recommended friends. You can choose to play that. But let's say we're going to go ahead and play 8-ball. You can choose from any of the people that have Messenger, and this is the thing, they have to have Messenger on their mobile device. And I guess it's a little late in the game to say that this does work on your mobile phone or your tablet, Android and iPhone marketplace. So let's go ahead and cancel out of that. But this is pretty cool. You're able to play games with other people. And then tapping to the right of that, the far right lower corner, you have the ability to be able to discover apps that you can utilize with Messenger to be able to get involved in that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my home. I'm tapping on the lower left-hand corner, and I'm going to go ahead and tap on, this is a friend of mine from work. He has sent me stuff, okay? And let's say that we're here and I wanted to send a message to Michael. Now, down in the very bottom half, you're going to see the interface that is here. I'm going to tap on the little spot where the A is, and it'll bring up my keyboard. Now, of course, this is familiar to everyone at this point, or it should be. But you do have options that are here. You have to the right of that, and I'm not going to send him anything. I'm just going to show you, but I'm not going to send. You have to the right of this, you have the thumbs up, which is a quick little emoji, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll send him that. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. You're going to notice in the conversation box above the text field, you're going to see my friend's profile. Now, when it sends his profile down, it means that it has read the message, okay? The little blue check box next to the thumb means that it has been sent, but it has not been read. If he has opened it up and he has this on his phone, you're going to be able to see this, his little profile move down next to the thumb or any message that I decided to send. Now this, again, only works for people who have it on their mobile device, okay? So, within, going back to the message portion, I can put in anything that I want, and of course, the emojis are going to pop up, and the autocorrect and things are going to pop up, and you're going to have the ability to be able to send emojis and things like that should you want to. And I'm going to go ahead and send this off. You send that by tapping on the little, looks like a little airplane, paper airplane. You can go ahead and do that. And of course, it is sending that. And this is where the M comes into play. Happy New Year. It's giving you a suggestion by seeing what's going on. So if we tap on the suggestion, it gives you like little GIFs that you can send. I don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get out of that by tapping on that little blue left arrow key. Now, you have within Message, the little to the left hand side, you're going to see a plus that is in blue. If I tap on that, it is going to give me options of things that I can use within Message here. So let's say that with the extensions, I'm going to use the Jiffy extension. I'm tapping on that, and it is giving me the option of being able to add more variety within the text, or I can add all these different things. All of these different extensions are able, they give me different things. So Pinterest has healthy snacks. That's funny. It has the ability to be able to send any of these things to Michael should I choose to. Let's go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to go ahead and get back into here. I'm going to tap on this and get back into this. Okay, so you'll notice that those things are gone. Now, if they're gone, if you wait a little bit, they'll pop back up. But should you not want to, if you have the little arrow and there's none of these extensions here, just tap on that arrow and you're going to see them. Now, to the right of the blue dot, you're going to see a little camera. Little camera should be pretty familiar right now. So you can choose to do forward-facing or back-facing camera. I'm not going to send them a picture. You can choose to go into your library, and that you'll see that it's highlighted, or you can choose to send a voice memo. If I tap on that, it's going to give me a notification that I need to press and hold to send a sound clip to it. Now, within the text field, you're going to see a little emoji. If you tap on that, you're going to be able to get into the Jiffy extensions, or you can get into emojis. Now I already have this extension on here, and you can go ahead and get back into your emojis should you want. But in any case, that gives you access to the extensions that you have. Okay, and then up in the upper right hand corner, you have the ability to be able to send. You'll see the little phone and the little video camera. You can call him directly through Messenger. There are no charges that apply. It's not like a Verizon phone service, but you do have to have access. And you also have the ability to be able to video message the dude or a lady of your choice that you want there. Okay, so really, I know I've hit you with a lot. Messenger is a lot to take in. If you send it through if you send a message through people on your app, it will show up on their chat feature on the computer, but they are not going to have as much features and abilities to be able to respond to you that you would on here. They can do quite a bit, but they don't have access to the apps or things like that. But just because they don't have access doesn't mean that they can't see the things that you are sending through your extensions, okay? And then people can send it through their computer or laptop to you. It'll just, you know, they're not going to be able to have that instant conversation. But this has been an overview of Facebook Messenger. It is definitely the Swiss Army knife of apps that you can do on here. I mean, just it's a whole, almost like a social network in and of itself. Even though it's attached to Facebook and Instagram, it is still here. Okay, now this is, I said Instagram, it just reminded me of one thing before I go. If you add to stories on here, it will not add to stories on Instagram, but it will add to your stories on Facebook, okay? At least as of the recording of this video. Now, they may have changed it. And Facebook Messenger or Messenger does go through quite a bit of updates. I would suggest that you do them just to keep things nice and secure. And with that in mind, I'm going to close out this rather lengthy tutorial. I hope that this has helped you, and happy messaging and happy New Year. All right, I'm Robert. Later on.